A very warm welcome to all of you on our Zoom and our YouTube channel. ELSA is our alumni association of Lady Shri Ram College, Delhi, and ELSAConnect is a initiative started by the Bangalore chapter in May last year. And it's a virtual space. It's a very sacred space where we have been meeting, chatting, getting to know each other better. Uh, we opened the space to all ELSAs all over the world exactly 8 months ago on 30th of May. Each session has been unique because each ELSA is special and their journey is amazing. The candid conversations between two ELSAs or a group of ELSAs has been extremely powerful and very meaningful for us. Today we have another such session. I thank Deepika for coming on ELSAConnect, and I thank ELSAConnect for connecting me back with Deepika 35 years later. Our curator, Ishita, is a back menu to both of us. Linguistically, I have been touched her for the last 20 years. Thank you, Ishi, for being there for me and many of us from the Bangalore chapter. And thank you for curating this session. It's all yours, Ishi, now, and have fun.
Thank you, Neelu. Good afternoon, ELSAs, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Ishita Datta, your host for this afternoon. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce and our distinguished co-ELSA today, Deepika Deshpande Amin, who also happens to be my childhood, high school buddy. She's worked in several films and theatre, TV, and the web series. I request you all to kindly mute yourselves because there seems to be a lot of resonance today. And please do send in your questions to Deepika. We will let you ask her at the end of the session, but do send it to us on chat. And, so should we start? Neelu, can we start? Okay. Deepika, hi. Hi, Deepika.
Hi, Ishita. It's so nice to be here, everybody. What is happening is the thing, what do you call it? The echo happening because of my mic?
Apparently seems like that.
Well, what to do now?
No, actually, Ishita, your mic is working, Deepika's is not. Yeah, at least.
Oh, is it?
No, it's fine. I think we should carry on. We are on YouTube Live.
Hello. And somehow I don't see myself when I'm talking. I don't know why I don't see myself on screen. Okay, there I am. Okay.
Every time I chat with you, I sense this huge sense of gratitude. Most of us are bothered about what we didn't get, but you have always been saying that I'm thankful for the family, I'm thankful for their unconditional support, and so on and so forth. So do tell us a bit about your childhood and your family.
Okay, so I grew up in Delhi and I went to school in Delhi. Ishita and I were in school together in Loreto Convent. Is the echo okay or is it... it's fine? Okay, fine. Okay. So I went to Loreto Convent where Ishi and I were there together for a long time, and I think I was a year senior to you, Ishi. And I did a lot of plays in school. I mean, but it was always, hobby. One got the chance in school, so one did it all through. And after that, after school, I came to LSR. But while I was in school, my parents put me in Sushma Seth's Children's Creative Theatre. So that was kind of my very first encounter with actual theatre, professional theatre, or whatever you might like to call it. Because, there we actually saw, did theatre workshops, did actual plays, and it can really open my eyes for, getting a proper role, doing so much exercises, theatre workshops, understanding text, understanding what goes into making of the play was very different from what one had done in school in any case. So that was very interesting. But otherwise, my childhood was a very sheltered one in Delhi. We lived in Dholakwa. My father was in the Air Force. And going to school, coming home, going by the school bus, coming back. Life was so different over there in those days. You could just walk around in the colony, so completely safe, come home late at night. Late at night in the sense after dark. Now imagine coming back, for a young girl coming back alone after dark today. Things are very different now. So it was lovely,
So, you did eco in college. So I guess you were all prepared for a corporate career, a 9 to 5 job, or a manager, or general manager, or whatever. But then, look at you. How did that happen?
Oh, yes. In fact, I feel, this is another thing that, we, especially our Indian education system, you choose your subject by the marks you get, not by what you are interested in, not by what your heart desires. I had the marks to get into eco, and I did eco. And today, when I look back, I feel I wish I had done English or history in LSR. It would have helped me so much more in my career. It would have actually been something I wanted to do. Because, I don't want to run down eco, and I know there are many brainy people there and whatever, but, after doing eco in LSR, I came to the conclusion that economics is not something I want to do. I don't, at the risk of sounding ungrateful or whatever, but it was not what I wanted to do. And just because I had the marks, I took it. And it's the same thing, like people say, "Acha, aapke bete ko itna marks mila, tab to wo science karega." Kyun? If his heart is in doing a BA, you purposely push him into science. It's like our parents used to be in the olden days, and I fell into the same trap. So, and in fact, nowadays I find, as I'm older, I try to look through books that I would like to read, some of the classics like Homer or whatever, Ulysses and things like that. Some poetry, I try to read it myself. I can't, these are things that have to be taught to you. And all the time I feel, shit, if I had done eco honors in LSR, I would have actually learned all these things, and it would have been a greater help to me. So anyway, I decided this is not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be doing an MBA or whatever. But luckily, after LSR, I got into Barry John's theatre group, and that also was due to LSR, because we did Annie Get Your Gun in LSR, and then I got introduced to Barry John's theatre group, and a lot of people joined with us over there that time. There was Gayatri Vishwanath, who's here, I think, just now. G3, are you there? One second, let me put it on gallery view. I think, is she there? Yeah, there she is! Ooh, hi! So Gayatri also joined, Sujata Subramaniam, a lot of people joined Barry's group and theatre group at that time, and then life carried on from there. And then I started working with the teamwork films. So it's at that point of time we used to make documentaries and ad films and things like that. Nowadays they do the Jaipur Lit Fest. So I started working with them, but at the same time I had enough time to do my theatre. That was my ultimate thing, that I should get a job that gives me enough time and money for my theatre habit. Like people say, it should support my drug habit. It should support my theatre habit and give me time, because I can't be working overtime while rehearsal is going on or while there's a show going on, So, but a lot of people in that organization were part of TAG, and so when there would be a play, the office would kind of close and we all would be at Kamani preparing for the play. So that is when I decided, economics is not for me, corporate life is definitely not for me. But apart from the fact that I had the marks for economics, the funda was again that I will have some high-flying job. Because even though my heart was in theatre, was in acting, it was not a proper job, you know? Like, क्या करती है, क्या करते हो, मतलब टाइम पास कर रहे हो, again, and being a girl तो ठीक है, तो थोड़ा बहुत एक्टिंग वैक्टिंग कर लिया, अभी शादी कर दो उसकी. You have to have a proper job, and the pressure especially more for a guy, but that's the thing. So I thought I would have this great job in some fancy office. Some fancy office is what was in my mind. I had no fixed plan of what I would do, where I would work, but I would do theatre. That is what my fixed plan always was.
So Deepika, I know that you have this toggle switch in you. In fact, it's very strange. In LSR, I was president of the Dramatic Society, and Deepika was part of the Western Music Association. And today, I work with music, and Deepika is a professional actress. So this creative punch, which I think we both live with, is what has kept us connected all through. So Deepika, tell us a little more about your music. I mean, I know that I really know how well you sing, but what happened to music and how did you go about it?
No, actually, Ishita, I think you're being really too kind. I'm not such a great singer. I am, as I was telling Neelu a little while ago, I'm what they call a campfire singer. I take my guitar and I strum, and I mean, I can sing decently in a party. On stage, I could hold a tune, maybe. I mean, I could. I have done plays in which I have sung on stage. Not as many as I would have liked to. Please God, listen to me. Cast me in a musical. Yeah. So while we were there in Delhi, it's that kind of thing. I have learned classical music, but it's just been very patchy. My learning has been very, very patchy. I mean, I've changed teachers as I've moved from place to place. I've not been regular. I've stopped learning, then I've started again. So in LSR, I was the secretary of the Western Music Society. And with Neelu and Gayatri, and you guys were all on the Students' Union. So we all, of course, those were great days. We organized Tarang and things like that. And I took part in many of the festivals, Mood Indigo. In fact, just the other day I was looking through my stuff and I found this, I had won first prize in LSR Freshers contest. Then in Tarang I got something else, and in Mood Indigo and Rendezvous, the IIT Bombay Festival, or the IIT Delhi Festival, what a thing that was, yeah. And Winterfest, and in Miranda Festival I came first. I was looking at my certificates and saying, oh wow, I did quite well, yeah.
Yeah, where is the musician?
Yeah. Yes, but then somehow I got more into theatre, and as one got into television and then into film, somehow the music went by the way. And it's not really easy to kind of combine the two, especially if you're in this field. When you're acting on television, I mean, those days are gone, yeah, where there used to be singing actresses. It's not there anymore.
So did you plan your move to Bombay? Like, you were with theatre, Barry John, and then you were into TV. Then someone sees you in films. So did you plan it?
No. See, how it happened, actually, I consider myself really fortunate that all these opportunities came my way. While I was doing theatre in Delhi with Barry's theatre group, Lake Tandon, the famous director, Lake Tandon, he was casting for a whole bunch of serials, and he saw my play and he called me to meet him. And I met him, and he says, I mean, I'm doing some series and everything. I said, yes, of course, if there is, I would like to be part of it. And then I forgot about him. And then the time went on. I continued doing my plays. I continued working with Teamwork Films. And then one fine day, I get a call from Lake Tandon's office that there's a role in this series. Please come and meet Lake Ji. So then I went down to Bombay. Luckily, there was some family function going on. So I combined the two, and I went and I met him. And then he made me meet the producer Gul Anand, who's made these amazing films like Chashme Badur, Hero Hiralal. He's a great guy. He's passed away now, unfortunately. So I was taken to meet him, and he's narrating me the story of this series that I did, Farman. And he's narrating the story, and I'm listening, and I'm saying, which role could it be? Because I mean, there seemed to be only one female role in that, and I said, that can't be the role that he's giving me. It's the lead role that she throughout the thing, the whole story revolves around her. And then, like, very stupidly, I asked him at the end of it, so which role is mine in this? He says, this one, huh? I said, wow. And then next thing I know, we'd all gone to Hyderabad to shoot, and we shot there for like 3.5 months we shot. and this series came out, and it was a huge hit, and it did really well. It became really popular. It's on YouTube in case anyone hasn't seen it. It's called Farman, Farman. So that, and so it did really well, and I started getting a lot of offers in Bombay, and then I made the move. So actually, like when people say that they came to Bombay to struggle and things like that, I was very fortunate that I moved to Bombay with 3 serials in hand. I had a lot of work. So I wasn't jumping into the unknown. So when you see people saying that they left their village and they came to Bombay, struggle karne aaye hain, hero banne aaye hain, whatever, girls run away from home because they have this dream and their parents just want them to get married. I mean, I am just filled with admiration at their bravery, how they do that. They have nothing, they don't know anybody in the city, they have no leads, they have no work, and they just come and take the plunge. I had it all sorted. I had work, I had relatives. I mean, I'm a Maharashtrian, I was born in Bombay. I have a whole bunch of relatives in Bombay, and my parents fixed up a nice PG place for me with some sweet auntie. So I was very safe. I had this lovely safety net, and after coming to Bombay, when I continued working, I mean, even if I had not earned money for a long time, I know my dad was there to support me. My parents were on my side. They wanted me to do well, and if I needed help, they would have always been on my side. So I was not really fighting against anything. So I consider myself really privileged and really blessed that I had all these things. So yeah, that's how it went.
So Deepika, when ELSAConnect told me that I would be hosting you, I was dumbstruck. I was tongue-tied. I'm going to be talking to Deepika, the star now. So, you have worked with the Shah Rukh Khan, Rani Mukherjee, Konkona, and more recently Nasiruddin, and you'll be working with Shabana. So don't you ever get tongue-tied when you share screen with them? I mean, when you have to act with them, please show us some pictures. I mean, I saw those pictures and I said, how am I going to talk to Deepika? She's actually
oh God, how sweet. Yeah. No, see, the thing is, the kind of confidence you get from theatre, I don't, is something that really stands you in good stead. I mean, at the end of the day, if the person in front of you is also an actor, they're also flesh and blood. You have to remember that.
That is amazing. Can you show us the pictures?
Yeah, I'll show you the pictures. I mean, getting tongue-tied, people say, the greatest of actors I have talked to have said that they have got tongue-tied in front of Mr. Bachchan. So I'm still waiting for that. So I will, when I work with him, I will let you know whether I got tongue-tied or not. That day hasn't come yet, so hopefully it will come someday. I'll show you some pictures. No, the thing with Shah Rukh is he was in my theatre group with me, he was in TAG.
Right.
So I have known him since we were in college, so we were together in TAG for like 7-8 years. So we've sort of grown up together, traveled all over India, done all these crazy plays. We've gone to Daryaganj to buy material for costumes. In fact, Gayatri and I were doing costumes for one play, and Shah Rukh was the only guy who had the car. So he took both of us there and parked somewhere, and Gayatri and I are buying some fabric and and doing costumes, and then lifting props, lifting sofas backstage and taking them back and forth. So that is the kind of relationship we have shared, doing theatre work and backstage work and things like that. So with Shah Rukh, I was not dumbstruck at all. It was like, oh, Deepika, hi, how are you? Remember so-and-so, remember this, remember that. That's the kind of conversation we were having. So one second, let me just share my screen. So this is one ad I did. This is one ad I did with Sanjeev Kapoor and Pariniti. This is a film called Bewakufiyan. It was directed by Nupur Asthana, who's also an LSR girl. That's Ayushmann Khurrana. And I had a very nice role of Ayushmann's boss, and I fire him, which is very nice because otherwise 40 plus women get stereotyped as mummy. So this is Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhania with Alia Bhatt. We shot this particular scene in Ambala. It was horrible. There was a lathi charge and all because the whole Ambala market all the lukas of the world landed up to see the shooting. This is again Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhania with Ashutosh Rana. That the song scene in that. This is again Humpty Sharma, Varun and Alia during the shoot. This is again during the song of that. Again, during the song. This is a series called Safar, which I did. I had this with Irfan. It was really nice. What a wonderful guy he was. Yeah, it was so sad. But his wife is a very wonderful writer. This is a film that recently came out on Z5, I think. Yeah, it's called Ghoom Ketu. So Anurag Kashyap plays my husband in that. He was acting in that. So he plays a corrupt cop. It's a very funny film. Please do see it if you can, called Ghoom Ketu. And this is the same film with Nawazuddin Siddiqui. So he's wearing this awful shirt because in the film he plays this guy from a small town who comes to make it big in Bollywood. So he's like dressing ki bas main to aa gaya. This is one of my most cherished photographs. This is with two of the greatest playwrights of India, Mr. Girish Karnad here and Mr. Mahesh Dattani. And I'm so happy that I have been in plays by both of them. And they're such wonderful men. Oh my God. Mr. Karnad passed away recently. It was really sad. But yeah, I love this photograph. I really treasure it. And this is again during the opening of Boiled Beans on Toast, Mr. Karnad's play. There he is, Mr. Karnad as Lilette Dubey. She directed the play. And this is the rest of the cast. It was a lovely play. It was one of his last plays. Oh, now why isn't it moving? Why isn't it changing? Wait, let me get out of full screen, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Oof, it's got stuck on this. Shit. Sorry. How do I get out of... Just stop sharing. Yeah. Okay, no, I've got out of it. Okay, so this is a web series called What the Folks, and this is a very fine actor, Vipin. So, and he was in Tare Zameen Par. Please see it. This is on YouTube with a great fun show about this family and all the craziness. This was the film called Mardani. I had one small scene in it with Rani Mukherjee. It was nice. And this is Kangana during this film that we did called Rajo. The film was terrible. It sank without a trace, but it was interesting shooting with her. This was before she became a huge star, before she was so vocal as she is nowadays. But actually we had a nice time, I mean, we talked about theatre. She's also from Delhi. So we discussed theatre. She was with Little Theatre Group and we exchanged theatre stories. This is the new film that I'm doing. The director is Vikas Khanna, the chef Vikas Khanna. So he's directing it. So it should hopefully be out soon. This is Shabana Azmi. She's Shabana Azmi. She's also in the film, Shabana ji. So this was another dream come true for me, working with her. Yeah, this is from the film Ranjana with Sonam. I played her mother in that. This was actually one of the first big films that I got. This was the success party of Ranjana. These are again scenes from the film. Yeah, this is again scenes from the film. This is just now Ram Prasad Ki Tervi, the film that has just come out. It's running in movie halls right now. This is Konkana. Lovely person. The main thing about Ram Prasad Ki Tervi, all the actors were from theatre. So that kind of camaraderie was there with everyone. This is with Mr. Nasiruddin Shah. It was like he would talk and all of us would sit at his feet and just hang on to every word that he said. This is with Manoj Pawar. This is all during the same shoot. These are all the ladies of the house in Ram Prasad Ki Tervi. This is Supriya Pathak, this lady here.
Oh, yes.
This is again Konkana. And this is Vikrant Massey. He plays my son in the film. This is with Supriya Pathak. This is Seema Pava, the director, and celebrating the final release. I mean, how much he went through to get this film made. This is a very old series of mine, 9 Malabar Hill with Renuka Shane. This is now, I think, still available on YouTube. So she's a very dear friend of mine. I mean, we've been in touch. This is very recently we shot together for What the Folks. And yeah, this was at her birthday. This is some general film. This is a series of mine called Siyasat, which is on Amazon Prime. Please do see it. It's a lovely series. It's based on the book by Indu Sudaresan called The 20th Wife. It's about the Mughals. So this is the king dying. And stuff like that. These are pictures, general. These are a couple of awards I got. Yeah, this was the Rex Karamveer Award. This was the very first award I got for my series Farman. I got most promising newcomer, and Ashok Kumar presented me the award. So I was like totally kicked. Oh.
Look at him, Deepika. My God, it reminds me of Loretto here.
This is that thing. This is some other woman of substance type of what. And here comes Shah Rukh. This picture is actually when we were in our theatre days. We were traveling to Calcutta to do a play, and all of us being notankis like ever, all of us decided to give expressions. So all of us, so this is Divya Seth, Rituraj, Shah Rukh, that's me. This is surprise, and all of us doing notanki. We are all giving the expression of sorrow, and now this is the expression of sexy. And this Pagalpati, I mean, this was in the early 90s. This was recently during the shoot of Fan. Yeah, that's it. Wow. And I've just realized that I've forgotten to put a picture of Farman, my first serial. Anyway, I'll see if I can pull it up. So,
wow. Yeah. That's quite a collection. Okay, now I want to ask you one uncomfortable question. Are you ready for it? Can you hear me? Yeah. So, for people who are not a part of the industry, the casting couch is talked about a lot, as is Me Too. कि यार बॉलीवुड में कुछ करना है तो casting couch is a necessity. So is Me Too. What are your views on it? Can't hear you, Deepika. Unmute.
Yeah, okay. Can you hear? Yeah. Okay, so now see, the thing is, this interest is there extra in Bollywood because everybody wants to hear about some celebrity who had a problem, some model, actress, etc., who had a problem. No one's interested in some lady working in a bank who had a problem. Okay, or some lady or some nurse in some hospital who had a problem. Nobody's interested in that. But when it comes to all this masaledar chatpate khabre, then suddenly Bollywood के नाम से what we call bill फाड़ते हैं. Bollywood के नाम से bill फट रहा है कि देखो यहाँ हो रहा है. अरे boss, you look inside your own house. Don't you have some creepy uncle feeling up girls at your shadi? Men getting drunk and falling all over the place is a very common thing. In fact, during this Me Too movement, I had also spoken out because there was this particular actor. I don't want to get into details of that because then it becomes all about that. This is my program. We will talk about me. So, this particular actor had harassed a lot of actresses, and several people spoke up. And I had also had a bit of an uncomfortable experience with him. It wasn't that bad because he had been extremely drunk, so drunk that he couldn't do anything. But with other women, he had not been so drunk, so he did stuff to them. So I think I'm really lucky that he was so drunk. So I said, yes, this is his modus operandi. This is a pattern of behavior. This is what he does. And a lot of people spoke out and everything. And I think this Me Too is a wonderful thing that has happened because it has given women the courage to speak out. Earlier, if something happened to you, you used to feel, oh shit, did I ask for it? Was it my fault? Maybe if I talk about it, everyone will turn and point fingers at me. But today you find all these Hollywood women, I mean, Salma Hayek, Meryl Streep, I mean, all of them have spoken out. I mean, if they have suffered it, what are we? We are little ants compared to them, So it has validated women's experiences, and also it has made the corporates sit up and take notice. Now when I sign a contract with any production house, there is a 4-page addendum about sexual harassment. That in case this has happened, this is the procedure. This is what you have to do. This is not a thing. I mean, the last contract I signed, I said, whoa, this is a new thing. I've never signed this before. That what to do in case this happens and what to do if you are caught harassing somebody. So it has really, really helped. And this whole thing about Bollywood being the thing. Another thing I remember when we were chatting, Ishita, you were asking me this question about marriages. That there's a happy marriage versus whatever. The thing is, the problems in the marriages that you find splashed on page 3 or on the cover of Bombay Times are the Bollywood people, are certain Bollywood people. You switch on your TV, okay? Look at the 1,000 actors and actresses on them, on all the channels, including the regional channels, including whatever. These 1,000 actors who are there in all the films, they all are married. Okay, and they all are happily married. Now the point is, would anybody be interested in reading about some actress who had a hard day's work at shoot, came home, helped her children with homework, had dinner with her husband and in-laws, watched TV, and then went to sleep? Would anybody be interested in reading about this? And she went to work the next day. No, they don't want to read about it. So it's not written. Every single woman, when you switch on the TV, all those Saas, Bahus, Devrani, Bahurani, Nagins, Vagins, all of them, most of them are married. And all of them have kids. This is a job. They come, they shoot, or they're on the phone talking to their teacher, their children's tuition teacher. They're telling the driver, "Acha, bachche ko pick up karo, ye karo." They're ordering sabzi online. I've sat in rooms with actresses who've called up, "Acha, khane mein ye banao, wo banao." They're all regular people, you know. I mean, I've done the same at the end of the day. I've sat at my shoot in the makeup room and ordered fish. Acha, ye bhej dena. Things like that. We all have homes to run. We all have families to look after. It's just normal.
Okay. So you think it's pretty much up to the woman to really manage it, or is it up to the actress to manage
what?
the casting couch or whatever? Is this what you're trying to say?
No. This is a complete misconception. The casting is so professional nowadays. Oh my God, this is just something that people want to read about. It's just something that people want to read about. That's why it's being catered. There must be one odd case somewhere. There must be 1,000 more cases everywhere else in every other field. You have full agencies looking after casting. There is so much money at stake. I mean, a guy is not going to cast an actress just because he's feeling a little horny. I mean, he's got so much money riding on that person. If he just has to satisfy a little sexual thrill, he can go and find it somewhere else. He doesn't need to spend endless amounts of money on that. You know, that is the thing.
Okay, Deepika, let's move to your life. I think, so, if God came down and asked you, Deepika, it's either films or TV or the web series or theater, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, it's mean to make me choose that way, but I mean, I don't want to give up any of them. But if you say which is my favorite child out of all these, then I would have to choose theater, because the buzz is completely different, the thrill is completely different. You know, the camaraderie, the whole experience of a play is something else. In fact, during Ram Prasad Ki Tervi, that is what all of us were talking about. Okay, we're making a film over here, but it feels like we're doing a play. Because they all were theatre people, the vibe was different, and we all kept thinking, we said, can this happen on a movie set, that you have a theatre atmosphere? Yes, you can. It can happen. That's one thing I've realized. Because they all were theatre actors, everyone was on their vibe. Nobody had any egos that, okay, my role is this, my role is that, my vanity van is bigger, I have this staff. Everybody was at par. Everybody was equally important. So it was, theatre. Theatre is the way to go.
So then, do you feel in West End or Broadway, or any director you really want to work with? Do you still have a
Oh yeah, of course, West End, Broadway is everybody's dream. Though with Lilette Dubé's plays, I've done several plays with her. I'm like in 5 of her plays. So we have traveled a lot. We performed in practically all over the world, and though not on West End, but off West End, fringe theatre. You know, in London we have performed there. We performed in New York. So, but it's always avant-garde, little off the edge, not proper thing. But of course, the dream remains. Why not? I want to be in a musical.
So that's what I'm going to tell you now.
And then if I want to act with somebody, I want to work with Lin-Manuel Miranda. I want to work with Andrew Lloyd Webber. I want to work with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Okay. So, I really want to see you in a Sound of Music someday.
I want to see myself also. I want to see myself.
Why don't you sing for us?
Arey Baba, okay. Now Ishita, you've badhao chadhao me so much now. People are going to think that this is one Sunidhi Chauhan who's singing. I'm not like that. I'm a very amateur singer.
Probably better.
No.
No,
I like her, yeah.
No, she's good.
Yeah, she's a good singer. But so in fact during lockdown is when I've kind of started gone back to my guitar, because I had kind of sort of given it up, you know, because one didn't have time with shoots. So anyway, so this is a song I'm going to sing from my own film, from Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhaniya. It's called Samjhava, and It was originally by Shreya Ghoshal, of course, but please. हमारा standard काफी low है compared to Shreya Ghoshal. मैं तेनू समझावांगी ना तेरे बिन लगदा जी मैं तेनू समझावांगी ना तेरे बिन लगदा जी तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करूँ इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तो यू जान मेरी मैं तेनू समझावांगी तेरे दिल ने चुन लिया है मेरे दिल दिया तू जो मेरे नाल तू रहंदा तुर पे मेरे असावा जीना मेरा है हुण है तेरा की मैं करां तू कर एतबार मेरा मैं करूं इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तो यू जान मेरी मैं तेनू समझावांगी ना तेरे बिन लगदा जी तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करूं इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तो यू जान मेरी जान मेरी
Thank you. Is that bad singing? Can somebody please? Come on, Deepika, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
So, are we, do we have time or should we move on to questions? Do we have time for another song? I want you to sing an English song. I love your, yeah, you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah. 1 sec. This is, going back to LSR days, the songs we used to sing. Yeah. And everybody will remember this song. I think you all can sing also.
Missing Shubhra actually.
Huh?
Is Shubhra here?
No.
Strawberries, cherries, and with angels kissing spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. I walked in town on silver spurs that jingled too. A song that I had only sang to just a few. She saw my silver spurs and said, let's pass the time, and I will give to you summer wine, oh, summer wine. Strawberries, cherries, and with angels kissing spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off those silver spurs and help me pass the time, and I will give to you summer wine, oh, summer wine, oh, summer wine.
Aren't we all feeling 18 again? Deepika, we are all feeling, I am feeling 18 again. I just, it took me back to that.
That song actually has like 3 verses. It's too much to sing.
No, it's okay, but cheers to your summer wine. Are you ready to answer questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, one minute. Let me see. There was one somebody who sent a question yesterday. No, can you imagine? Even before.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Ishita, look at the chat box. I'll be posting the question
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Shonali. Shonali, you can unmute yourself and ask. I'm putting myself on mute so that Shonali can reply.
Hi, Deepika.
Hi.
Thanks for singing my favorite song on the mic.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I just want to know in your journey, both in theatre and films, who, according to you, has been the most professional and fun actor or actress to work with? That you work.
Most professional actor or actress to work with?
Yeah, in your journey, who have you found the most professional and fun?
I would have to say, I mean, but then I guess I'm biased because she's my friend. That it would have to be Renuka. She's a wonderful person to work with. There's so much liveliness with her on the set, and it's just such a wonderful person to be. And also, I mean, I have to say, Shah Rukh, this is why he is such a big star. Considering I have known him for so long, the way he used to be when we were in Delhi, that enthusiasm, that energy, that eagerness to do something new, like when we were on stage, he would say, okay, shall we try it like this? Shall we do this? Shall we do that? Even now, during the shooting of Fan, he's such a huge, big star. He's telling the director, अच्छा मैं ऐसे करूँ तो मैं वहाँ से करता हूँ whatever ये ठीक रहेगा ऐसे करूँगा वैसे करूँगा and sometimes he would go over the top in improvising and so the director would say नहीं sir अच्छा करने देना मेरे को एक टेक कर ले नहीं अच्छा लगा तो काट देना so he would do that so that level of thing and keeping the atmosphere lovely on the set and keeping it was really lovely yeah. Ishita, can I just show some photographs of one or two photographs of Farman? I'm feeling really terrible that I forgot to put them in that thing. I'm just quickly screen sharing here. This, can everybody see this? Oh God, what have I done now? Yeah, this is the series Farman with Kawaljit, and I was so, as I keep saying, I was 20 years younger and 10 kilos lighter in those days. Just one picture I'll show because there were too many to show otherwise. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I'm back. Is she?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So, there are a lot of compliments, but I think there are two which are very nice. One is Gayatri saying that your gorgeousness inside out.
Oh, Gayatri is a very my dear friend, and oh God, how much we have hung out together in college and in tag, and we've done so much together. And just now, it was really sad when I went to Dubai because of COVID. We couldn't meet, so we were on Zoom with each other. It was so sad.
So it's a great compliment, Deepika, because you've been successful and 35 years of someone maintaining your gorgeousness inside out. I think it says a lot about you.
Thank you.
And Sanjay is saying, how do you maintain yourself? I think we all need to ask you that question.
I don't know, yeah. I've put on so much. See my face. No, and I'll tell you one thing. Something. This thing that we put on ourselves of wanting to look a certain way, and in fact, this is something I want to say. All actresses feel this pressure. Oh my God, you have to look like this. You have to look like that. When I came into this industry, the first film that I did, one of the producers told me, "Ab nose job karwa lo." Because I have a snub nose. See, let me bring it closer. I have a snub nose. So he says, "Ab nose job karwa lo. You will look good and everything." And the point is, he was being helpful to me. He was on my side. He was genuinely trying to help me. Whatever. And I kind of bought into it. I said, yes, whatever. And he took me to this surgeon, one of the top guys in Bombay, and of course he looked at my nose and he said, it's like this, we can give it a straight, we can make it pointy like this, etc. And then he quoted a price, and it was a lot of money. So I didn't want to ask my dad, and I said, "Okay, maybe by a year or so I'll be able to earn that kind of money. I can do it next year." And then a year went by, and I'd done a lot of work, and I was doing well. I was being praised. I said, if I can get so much work with this nose, it's okay. I think I can live with it. And today I have people coming and telling me, "You have such a cute nose." So young actresses tell me, "You have such a cute nose," and then I tell them the story. They say, "Oh my God, oh my God," the kind of pressure that we put on ourselves. You have to look a certain way. Why isn't my jawline chiseled? Why are my cheeks so chubby? Why is my hair like this? And this whole pressure that actresses go through. Straighten your hair. Frizzy hair nahi hone chahiye. During lockdown, I have embraced my curls. This is what I am. This is my hair. I am not straightening it. This is a revelation that I have gone through myself. This is it. यही मिलेगा तुमको. If you don't like it, don't look at me. It's that kind of thing.
It's not only actresses, Deepika. I think
all women,
everybody, young women, teenagers, it's very unfortunate.
Yes. It's very unfortunate.
For health, I can understand, but not. Yeah. So anyway, so Sapna, I think you have a question. Sapna, are you there?
And some of the most beautiful actresses are the most insecure about their looks. When you actually talk, you say, "Oh no, I'm looking like this, I'm looking like that, my face has become fat." When I'm saying, what is wrong with you? You're so perfect, you're so beautiful. Everyone, it's the media, it is society, it is advertising that puts all these crazy pressures on us.
Hi, Deepika. Hi. I just want to know, which one is your favorite role? Which is the most favorite one that you think you would rate yourself as one of your favorite ones? I know Farman is, you've been talking about it, but any other?
Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I've unmuted. I really like my role in Siyasat. It's on Amazon Prime if you can catch it. It's a really interesting series. It's about the Mughals and it's really well made. It's based on Indu Sundaresan's book, The 20th Wife. And I play a character very different from what I am normally offered. Normally I'm offered this very sweet lady. They don't know how nasty I am. But in this, I think they saw what I was all about. And my daughter tells me, "Yeah, they understood what you're like, So they gave, I'm this really bitchy queen and I'm really mean." And I had such a blast doing that role. Oh my God, please, if you get time, please do watch it. It's
Definitely.
great.
I think that's the next one on my list. Absolutely. Thank you, Deepika.
In fact, in order to get it, the director had to really fight for me because they said, "No, she's so sweet. She won't be able to do this mean role." I said, "They don't know me." So, and then later on they said, "My God, you're so mean." I said, "Yeah, that's me."
Thank you. All the best.
Thanks.
Is Usha there? She sent a question yesterday, no? Usha, are you there?
I don't see.
Usha had sent a question, which is an interesting question. I'll read it out.
Usha
I think
Agarwal
it's
is
for
here.
all of us. If someone with education and career in corporate wants to start a career in active in the OTT platform, how do you start? What are the opportunities open for a 40-year role?
Well, the thing is, now is not a good time at all because work has really slowed down to a trickle because of COVID. There's very few things being made, and it's few and far between. And also another unfair thing about our society and our industry, and that's there all over the world, even in Hollywood. Once you're over 30, 35 maybe, you're on the shelf pretty much. Your mother, chachi, bahu, not even bahu, your mother, chachi, bua, sister, in the older woman's zone, the good roles don't come to you anymore. I mean, heroes will carry on till 50 plus. But women all get these housewife type roles, bringing tea, beta paratha khale, beta shadi kar le. So the roles are very much limited. But how to go about it? I mean, I guess you approach casting directors and just try your luck. Though I feel with the OTT platforms, hopefully there was hope that some better scripts would come. But I'm not too happy with what one has been seeing lately.
Okay, Sanjali, you had a question?
Preeti
Sanjali?
David also says she has a question.
Okay.
There's a question on YouTube.
Sanjali, are you there? Preeti, what's your question?
Hi, Deepika. I don't know if you remember me.
Hi.
We had sung
Yes.
Bridges Roads together
Ah.
at IIT.
Yes, at IIT. And I watched your thing on the ELSAConnect
Oh my
about
gosh.
trekking. Oh, it was lovely, and I'm so inspired. My God.
Okay, so I really liked your debunking the myth about the casting couch. Is there any other myth that you really need to be, like brought out in the light? It's one of those things that just you keep hearing it again and again about women or Bollywood.
Bollywood, the thing is, everybody just, I would just want to say, don't believe everything you read. And all that is written there is because it's gossipy and it's what you call clickbait nowadays, things like so and so. I've heard people generalize, अरे वो तो late आते हैं, वो तो late आते हैं. You cannot do that. It doesn't. There's a lot of money riding on each shoot. You cannot afford to come late. If you come late, you will get pulled up. You will get a warning, and it's there in everybody's contract now. Especially nowadays, if you come late, so much money will get cut, etc., etc. Maybe a few top stars can pull that kind of weight, but even then, like, okay, for example, Shah Rukh never comes early in the morning. But everybody knows that, and they work around it. They plan their day around it. That if he's coming, he'll show up by this time. So in the morning, you do other scenes. But I find a lot of uncle aunties who एक stardust पढ़ लिया and then they'll generalize. अरे आपका तो क्या है? कोई indiscipline होता है. कभी भी चले आते हैं. there's no time की कोई पाबंदी नहीं होती. It's not like that. It's huge amount of money riding on that. So it's don't believe everything you read.
Sanjali, are you there? Anyone else?
Question was already asked.
Yeah, YouTube. The question.
I have a question. Shall I ask it because I'm at a red light?
Ask.
So how do you prep differently for your roles for theatre and film? Is there any difference?
Hi, Deepika.
Yeah. Oh, it's a very interesting question. And the thing is, with theatre, you have a lot of time, and ideally, there should not be a difference, but unfortunately, there is, because it's just the way that it functions. I mean, nowadays, especially in Bollywood and all, if you do get a couple of readings with the whole cast, it's a miracle. No, normally you don't do that. You just meet on the set and you get your script a little and you meet on the set and do it. But things like Ram Prasad Ki Tervi, we met for many readings. The entire cast met for a reading. Konkana, Vikrant, Nasir sir, all of us, we all met. So it was like a thing, and it reflects on the work also. The preparation shows. If you put in that kind of preparation, it shows. So I just in theatre you just get more time to unravel the character, to explore different aspects of it, to experiment and try out more things, which you don't get in films because, I mean, it should be done. They do it in Hollywood. They rehearse a lot, but they don't do that here.
Okay. There's another question from YouTube, on the YouTube, so she can't come into the room.
So ask her.
Yeah, I think it's more a comment, which I think is very nice. Deepika, always been a fan of your wonderful work. It's such a pleasure to see you on ELSAConnect, and I love What the Folks. So looking forward to all your new series and movie. Loads of love, Kanupriya. I thought Kanu was a Elsa, right? Isn't she from Elsa? But she's not in the room. Hello?
I think she's traveling. She's out.
Okay. Yeah, Deepika. So What the Folks is something I think we all need to watch, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, What the Folks is a series that is on YouTube on the Dice Media channel, Pocket Aces Dice Media channel. If you just type What the Folks, you'll find it. It has been so popular. It's crazy. I mean, I don't get recognized with movies that I've done with Alia, Sonam, Shahrukh, but what the folks, you were in What the Folks. It's that kind of a craze that, especially the young people, and in fact, it's proved like an eye opener to me about the power of social media, power of YouTube, the power of all these OTT platforms. It's crazy. Anything you do on YouTube, it's the kind of audience you get is fantastic.
Okay, anything else? Anyone else? Any questions?
Gayatri wants to say something. Say na.
I was just waiting for all of the questions to get done, but I think, Deepika, I really wanted to just let everybody know, just the journey that you traveled and just my impressions of it as a close friend of yours. I think I'm echoing somewhere, so I'm.
No, it's better now. Deepika's on mute, so it's better.
Okay. So, I've known Deepika for over, 20 years, at 25 years. And I think so incredibly proud of the journey that she's traveled, just of her successes. And I think what really always struck me, I think, Deepika, we met a few years ago in Hong Kong after many, many, many years, right? And recently when she traveled to Dubai and I'm in Abu Dhabi and we couldn't actually meet, it was lockdown and it was so frustrating because we were Zooming each other every day, that she was in Dubai and I'm in Abu Dhabi, and we were like, all these years and we never connected on Zoom. It's but I think what really struck me over the years is that she's been so humble, so real. There's obviously been all of these superstars that she's been in contact with. She's acted in all these films, but always so grounded and really unpretentious. And you've seen how gorgeous she is and she was, and just her authenticity that comes out. And I'm so incredibly proud, and really she's such a role model for all of us. Particularly as we try and get to different, we're trying to be sort of examples for our children and that younger generation. I think, Deepika, you just leave, just all of us, just so much in awe and just so much love and more power to you, girl. I mean, I'm just incredibly overwhelmed with what you've achieved and how you've achieved it. And I think that's what really stands out for me. So I just wanted to say that.
Oh, thank you, G3. I'm getting all emotional now. we called her G3.
Yeah. Don't even ask why. That's a whole different story.
I'm moving on. Love you guys. Bye. See you.
Bye, Radha.
Bye.
Deepika, talk about your role as real life mom.
Real life mom. Yeah, I have this 21-year-old brat who is, she's in the US. She's studying in the US, and I miss her terribly. And yeah, I have one daughter. And plus, yeah, she's also very talented. She sings. She acts very well also, and I'm so proud of her. So her pictures you'll find her pictures on my Facebook, Instagram, vagara. She's my doll.
Unfortunately, this session, which I was so looking forward to, has to come to an end. I just hope we can stay connected. That's what ELSAConnect started off. Let's hope you and I can continue, because I think Gayatri has said it all. You're so grounded, you're so real still. And I didn't feel that it wasn't the DD of Dholakua, so I think it says a lot. Thanks a lot. I mean, it means a world, me and to us, to have you here. And what more can I say? Hermione, I remember you as Hermione.
Yes, we did this play in Loreto Convent in which I played this character called Hermione. So yeah. I sang some songs in that.
Mood Indigo we traveled.
Mood Indigo we traveled. Yes, from Alice.
Yes, an actor, you were a singer. I could never get it. Anyway, so you had fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're still there. You're not like there. Like
in fact, in fact, Ishi, it was during that Mood Indigo session that I decided I would learn to play the guitar, because what we used to do in those days when you sang for a inter-college competition, you just prepare your song. Somehow there weren't that many girls who played the guitar in LSR at that point of time. I think Sujata came later or whatever. But you just landed up at a festival and went up to one of the guys and said, "Can you accompany me?" And then he would Maro style and etc. And then he would work out the chords and play the song for you. And now the thing with me is, if you're singing a song at a competition, you will sing a challenging song. Of course, why would I sing a simple, easy song? And the chords were equally complicated. So we went on stage and he messed up my song like anything. Some dude who I found, posing with a guitar. So I said, "Can you accompany me, please?" And he says, "Yes, yes." And he's kind of mansplaining my own song to me. And then, and the judge came on stage and said, "Deepika, you sing well, but you should choose a song with easier accompaniment." I said, "Oh, shucks." And I said, "I will learn to play the guitar so I can play my own songs on stage for the college competitions." But that never happened. But what the heck, I can play for you guys now.
Wow. Okay. So, like I said, all good things have to come to an end. Can I call upon Alicia to announce the next session? Are you here, Alicia?
Aslesha.
Aslesha, sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no
that is what
problem.
Deepika does to me. Okay.
Listening to movies and what she has done, it was a wonderful session indeed. I also thought of other movies like the one I had started watching. It's called The Master by Vijay, a Tamil one. And of course, Serve with Love. Teachers play such a pivotal role in our lives, and we have an Elsa amongst us who is a teacher and a special educator. I'm very happy to announce that on February 6th at 4 o'clock, Indira Herbert will be talking to us. She's a 1980 batch, history honors, married to an army officer, has had an exciting, fun life traveling with him all over. So please join us on that day at that time to listen to Indira Herbert's extraordinary journey.
Thank you. Thank you, Aslesha. So, all I can say is thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was wonderful. Thank you, Deepika, for being here and, really opening. I mean, it was such a direct conversation. There was no acting in it, so it was lovely. And thank you, girls and gentlemen and ladies. Good night. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Shabba